She is power. She is love. She is hope. She inspires. She is many journeys in one lifetime. She is the people, an individual, a never-ending story of the beauty of possibility.
I nearly didn't get into medical school, I put it that way. I got rejected from a couple of medical schools.
I was a treasury officer, went through the ranks in treasury.
You find the whole reverend thing geared towards the male.
So I had to learn now how to find my voice. I think the other thing for me would be hard work and continuous self-improvement.
My faith is everything.
Be a part of She Inspires this and every Wednesday on the I Am Drive on Sunny 88.7 FM, 8:30 a.m. and live on Facebook same time. Also join in on Sunny TV every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. She Inspires is proudly brought to you by She Inspires.
Since the early 1960s, when cardiothoracic surgery began in Ghana, we've not had a female fill in the role. Well, in this year, 2022, we've all heard, I'm sure you've heard of the big announcement that we now have our first female cardiothoracic surgeon. Dr. Penelope Adinku is my guest on She Inspires today. We're super excited to have her. I want to acknowledge our sponsors who make it possible to bring you She Inspires. Hotel Kasarari, thank you for it, this lovely set. Also, Sarah Ban, I'm loving this dress so much. Thank you, Sarah Ban. It's inside Kanda. You want something like this, you can find that and more at Sarah Ban in Kanda. Also, Duffy's Health and Beauty, that's where you can find feminine health products, 100% natural, not just feminine products, but also skincare products. A big thank you also to Eddie's Pizza. My name is Jennifer Jessica Danquah, and this is She Inspires.
Duffy's Ohima New. Duffy's Ohima Feminine Miss Chanty. A massable so many so Emma. Ye bui and sayente ya ubia. A san siesi man cassa. Duffy Busiana Ekasi. Yentia their mouth for comfort and new panel.
Duffy's shower gel. And pour na money. You want to dear. And a cocoa dear. What did Jaria? And my natural look.
Mesu de misu Duffy's feminine cleanse and then a capsules ne CSM. And my main thing carboni be a me Jimmy who dear and cassa.
Duffy new panel. And what dance here be Duffy sana. Aba my yenina. And Kratoi FDA you should my to say.
Elegance, comfort, pristine, relaxing. Welcome to Hotel Kasarere, located in the heart of East Legon, Accra. Perfect home away from home. With incomparable attention to detail, we have mastered the unique culture of Ghanaian hospitality. Treat yourself to delicious local and continental dishes from our 24-hour restaurant and take a cold swim to relieve your stress. Call Hotel Kasarere today on 0540 348876 for a truly royal experience.
Hey, stop! You little man, just see him go. This baby can run all day long. I wonder what I would do if there were two of him. I am very happy I decided to wait before having another child. Luckily, I met a family planning advisor at a salon who gave me great advice. I also claimed the Advantage Secure Gifts. Now I can space the birth of my children as I want. With Secure, I decide.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Dr. Penelope Adinku, it is so wonderful to have you on She Inspires. And we also want to add our voices to say congratulations on becoming Ghana's first female cardiothoracic surgeon. You have imprinted your name in the history of Ghana. How do you feel about this achievement?
I feel very great about it. I feel elated.
I noticed that one of the first things you did when the announcement was made was to come on Facebook to say, not unto us, Lord, but to you be the glory. Tell us about your faith in Christ and how you feel it's been a bedrock in chalking this achievement.
My faith in God is very important to me. I believe that God has put me here on earth for a reason. And through my relating with him, he's going to direct my path. He's been with me through thick and thin, and yes, so my faith is very important to me.
That's awesome to hear. And I know that cardiothoracic surgery began in Ghana way back in the 1960s. Why do you think it's taking us so long to have a female on this position? Why do you think it's been so long?
Well, I think that it's probably taken so long because cardiothoracic surgery, surgery in general requires a lot of hours, spending a lot of time in the hospital, and even more so cardiothoracic surgery. And for women, we have to combine our career with taking care of the home, the husband, the children, and so it can be very, very demanding. One has to make a lot of sacrifices if they want to pursue cardiothoracic surgery, and so I think that is what has taken time to produce a first female.
And considering how no woman had done this, was it like one day you sat back and say, you know what, I've been practicing medicine for a while, I think I want to break this, or it was an opportunity that came through? Tell us about how you ended up going into cardiothoracic surgery.
Okay.
And what inspired it?
So I didn't know right from the beginning I was going to do cardiothoracic surgery. During my medical school training, I did a rotation in final year in surgery. So I saw surgery as something I wanted to do, spend my specialty in. And subsequently, as I was working as a house officer, I felt impressed upon that cardiothoracic surgery was it. So I made inquiries, learned that the National Cardiothoracic Center had been established, and they were doing amazing work there, which included open heart surgery. It looked daunting, but I like challenges, so I saw it as something I wanted to take up.
And since this announcement, have you had young girls come up to you and say, hey, you did this, we think we also want to follow your footsteps and become like you?
Yes, so I've gotten a lot of congratulatory messages and a lot of young women letting me know that I've inspired them. So I'm happy about that. There are also a few females in the surgery program who are considering doing cardiothoracic. They've seen me at it, and they've seen it as a possibility. Yeah. So I'm happy about that.
Thanks to Dr. Penny, we know it's possible for women to also make it. But I'm curious, are you from a family of doctors? Tell us about your family.
Okay, so from my nuclear family, I'm the second. My big sister, my older sister, Dr. Mrs. Grace Imelda Obiaji, she's a doctor. Okay. From my extended family, there are quite a number of doctors. So I come from a family of 6. My parents are Mr. and Mrs. Ambrose Titi. Okay. My dad is a pharmacist, and my mom is a retired teacher. I have 3 sisters, Gertrude Eruku Bekwin, Dr. and Mrs. Grace Imelda Obiaji, and Audrey Jacqueline Titi.
So right from childhood, is this something that you kind of saw, talking about your extended family, your dad being a pharmacist, you'd say you kind of grew up in an environment where you sort of feel like, I think this is where I probably want to experience?
Yeah, so growing up, seeing my dad as a pharmacist and then my sister entering medical school before I did, I saw the 2 options. I saw the 2 as options I wanted to explore. Pharmacy or medicine. Subsequently decided on medicine.
We've been talking about cardiothoracic surgery and all this. Somebody will be saying, Jennifer, you should ask her, who exactly is a cardiothoracic surgeon? Tell us about that and what responsibility comes with it.
Okay, so a cardiothoracic surgeon is a surgeon who operates on the chest. So we operate on organs inside the chest, which includes the heart, the lungs, the great vessels in the chest, the esophagus, trachea, among other organs. So basically, we operate on the chest.
What was your first experience like opening someone's chest?
Well, it was exciting.
Exciting.
To see the beating heart. You know, we talk about the heart, we draw a love sign,
love.
but the heart doesn't look
doesn't look anything like that.
Yes. So for me, my first experience was exciting to see what keeps life going.
And usually, how many hours does it take you when you've opened someone's chest and people are probably fixing something like God is fixing stuff in our lives? How many hours does it take on your feet doing these things?
It takes about 4 to 6 hours.
4 to 6
hours. But it can go longer.
Do you also do this with a little music? I hear surgeons like a little music in the background.
Sometimes. But it requires a lot of focus.
Let's talk about this beautiful weight you're carrying now as Ghana's first female cardiothoracic surgeon. What kind of responsibility comes with it?
I would say having accomplished this feat, a lot of young women are looking up to me as their role model. And so that's one such responsibility. And then mentoring. I'm mentoring a number of young ladies in the medical field and in surgery. They are looking up to me, and I'm encouraging them as they go on their journey. This is in addition to the work I have to carry out at the National Cardiothoracic Center, which includes teaching, consulting, and operating.
So talking about your work at the Cardiothoracic Center, let's put it all together. What's a day in your life like? In and out of the center.
Okay. So at the center, we work Sunday to Sunday. A typical weekday for me will be getting to work at 7:15 a.m. for our early morning rounds, after which we go for morning meeting. All the patients on the ward are presented, and then treatment strategies are decided on. Then I would join the team in theater, would operate till we are done, and I have my 5 p.m. rounds where we round on all the patients, and then if there are any changes to be effected after the rounds, we do that. So I end up getting home on the average around 7 p.m. But if I'm the one covering the night, I have to stay on till the following evening when someone else takes over, and then I report back the following morning. On Saturdays, I get to work at 9 a.m. Then on Sundays, I go to church. So after church, then I go to work.
I'm sure your church people would love a shout out right now. I want to mention where you fellowship.
Yes, so I attend Saved Community Chapel at Kolebu Teaching Hospital.
At Kolebu Teaching Hospital. We're going to get more into that because I find something pretty interesting about Saved Community Chapel. Okay. But I mean, what you're sharing with us, that's a lot of hours that goes into this. And you've worked this schedule for how long?
For 4 years.
Some people say that the kind of training and the hours that goes into the practice, it affects the social life and the relationships of people in the medical field. What's your thoughts on this? Any experience to share?
I totally agree with that statement. Okay. It requires the work requires a lot of hours, and so I have missed out on quite a number of social events. I get invited to functions by family, by friends, but I have had to decline because my work requires my presence. And so, I mean, in life generally there are sacrifices to be made. There's a give and take. So you have to assess the situation on hand, which one requires your attention immediately or your presence, and then you go with that.
I know you're married.
Yes.
I want to know, so how have you managed to work this out? Be at the hospital, when you're home, be present with your family or with your spouse. How do you work it out?
Well, I'm married to Reverend Adinku. He's a wonderful man. He's been very supportive. He has not placed any burden on me, and he goes out of his way to make life easier for me so that I can be at work most of the time when I need to. So I guess it's having a very supportive partner makes it easy.
Makes it easier. Yes. And how do you think cardiovascular surgery has changed or advanced with new technology?
I think we've come a long way.
We have, eh?
For example, with the development of the heart-lung machine, and it's undergone several modifications over the years, we are able to stop the heart, to open it up, fix the problem there. And anesthesia, cardiothoracic anesthesia has also undergone various changes, which makes the surgery easier. And so I'll say that we've really come a long way. Formerly, it was a taboo to enter a patient's chest. because it was thought that the patient might die if the chest was opened. But with these developments, we can now carry out a whole vast array of surgeries.
Did you have all your training here?
I did. So I attended Wesley Girls High School for my senior high school, and then pursued medicine at the School of Medical Sciences here in UST. That was for 6 years. Then I had to do 2 years of housemanship, 1 year at 37 Military Hospital, and then 1 year at Ridge Hospital, now Greater Accra Regional Hospital. After which I became a medical officer for 2 years at Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Then I applied to do postgraduate training for 7 years, 3 years of general surgery, and then 4 years of cardiothoracic surgery. So all my training has been
in Ghana. Talking about all the hours that goes into your work, I believe such a person must have a certain set of values to last you through what you do. Can you share with us some of your values and principles as a person?
So one, my faith in God is very important to me. I believe that in relying on God, trusting in God, He directs my path. Secondly, I believe in hard work, dedication, and perseverance. To achieve one's dream, you must work very hard, you must persevere, and you must be committed to the cause. So those are my values.
Awesome. What would you say has been the most rewarding part of your job as a surgeon?
I would say the joy on the faces of my patients and their relations. My patients come in with one problem or the other, they have their surgery, and they get to go back home to their loved ones. So the joy I see on their faces, it's very
worth it.
Yes, it's very rewarding.
Dr. Penny, has there ever been a time where a surgery didn't turn out as you expected? I want to share that moment with us.
There have been a couple of those moments, and it's always devastating. It's never pleasant, especially when you are part of the surgery and then you have to go and break bad news to the parent or the caregiver. It's really an unpleasant moment.
Would you say there are other challenges you would say are some of the challenges that come with your field or with your work? Are there any more you'd want to share with us?
Aside the long hours, I would say that working in a male-dominated field has its own challenges.
Tell us about that.
So males are generally seen as the surgeons. So for us as females, we have to work extra hard to prove ourselves. But my bosses are quite supportive and they urge me on. So I have persevered.
How do your male bosses feel about this achievement?
I think they are very, very happy about it. They are glad their investment has paid off. So they are very elated also.
This is She Inspires with Ghana's first female cardiothoracic surgeon, Dr. Penelope Adinku. I want to say thank you to our sponsors, Hotel Kasweri. Thank you for this lovely set. Also, Sarah Ban, you can find them in Kanda. You want a gorgeous outfit like what I'm wearing, you can find it at Sarah Ban. Also, Ajile Jewelry, Eddie's Pizza, and Duffy's Health and Beauty. You want feminine products, also healthy skincare products. Speak to our friends at Duffy's Health and Beauty. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Daffy's or human you. Daffy's or human feminine mischanty. A massa bosomene so ema. Ye bui and sa yente ya ubia. A san siesi man kasa. Daffy abusiana ekese. Yentie dia man for kafa and nupano.
Daffy's shower gel and pour na money. You want to dear and a cocoa dear. What did Jaria and my natural look?
Mensu de misu Daffy's feminine cleanse and then a capsules ne CSM. And my main think carboni be a me Jimmy who dear and cassa.
Daffy nupano. And what dance ye be Daffy sana. About my yenina. And cratway FD you show my jatu say.
Elegance, comfort, pristine, relaxing. Welcome to Hotel Kasarere, located in the heart of East Legon, Accra. perfect home away from home. With incomparable attention to detail, we have mastered the unique culture of Ghanaian hospitality. Treat yourself to delicious local and continental dishes from our 24-hour restaurant and take a cold swim to relieve your stress. Call Hotel Kasarere today on 0540 348876 for a truly royal experience.
Hey, stop! You little man, just see him go. This baby can run all day long. I wonder what I would do if there were two of him. I am very happy I decided to wait before having another child. Luckily, I met a family planning advisor at a salon who gave me great advice. I also claimed the Advantage Secure gifts. Now I can space the birth of my children as I want. With Secure, I decide.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Welcome back from the break. This is SheInspires with Ghana's first female cardiothoracic surgeon, Dr. Penelope Adinku. Dr. Penny, share with us the journey to becoming a cardiothoracic surgeon, the process, what it takes for someone to become a cardiothoracic surgeon like you.
So having gone through medical school, housemanship, becoming a medical officer, then finishing the first part of general surgery and settling on cardiothoracic surgery, that's going to be for 4 years. And the 4 years involves operating, doing ward rounds, doing presentations. At the end of the 4 years, there is an exam, and the National Cardiothoracic Center is the only fully accredited center in West Africa for this exam. So we have people of other nationalities coming to write the exam in our center. The exam is usually over a 2-week period.
Okay.
It involves a written aspect, a clinical aspect, and then orals. At the end of the exam period, on the last day, we sit with our index numbers and wait for one of the consultants to come.
So how many of you wrote the exam?
There were 3 of us.
Were you the only female?
I was the only female and the only Ghanaian.
I hear you're the only Ghanaian female who has attempted this exam.
That's true.
Are my sources correct?
They are very correct.
Wow.
Yes.
So tell me, how was the feeling like, you know, when the announcement came, you had passed in the room? Can you describe to me who Dr. Penny was at that moment?
Yeah, so I was very excited. There were tears in my eyes. And my husband and my elder sister actually were around. So after I went in to greet the panel, I came out and then they hugged me, my husband carried me.
Oh, thank God for the husbands who carry. That's awesome.
So it was an awesome feeling.
And who did you call after that? Did you make some calls?
I did. I called my parents.
Did your mom shed some tears, or your dad, or?
She did.
She did shed some tears
I could just hear her saying, "Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God." My dad was very happy. He said, "Congrats, you have done well."
How does this information come out to the media for it to be shared?
So a few of my friends heard I had passed. Within minutes of me passing, I put on my status that I had passed, and a friend put it on Facebook with my picture. And I heard it started going around. People were sharing the picture, and I was being congratulated. So
you've been trending, Dr. Penny. You've been trending on social media. And I want you to share with us, I've heard a few times that you're walking with your husband, you have your stethoscope around your neck. For some reason, they feel it's your husband who's the doctor and not you. Can you share some of those moments with us?
That's very true. So because of my long hours, my husband comes to visit me at work sometimes. So when I'm going to see him off, we've had patients or their relatives walk up to us, and though I'm the one with the stethoscope around my neck, they would address him. They say, "Doc," and then ask for directions to one part of the hospital or the other. And then he'll look at me, and then I will have to give them the directions.
Okay.
So. Also, at the center, I've had patients' relatives come up to me because they would want to make inquiries concerning their sick relation. So they'll come up to me and ask to see the doctor.
Okay.
So I let them know that I'm the doctor.
You
so
are the doctor.
They should let me know what their concerns are.
Has there ever been a time you played around a little and said, okay, you know what, today I'm going to play the doctor. Everybody says I'm the doctor, today I'm going to play doctor. Has you ever tried doing that?
No.
Not yet?
No.
Dr. Penny, how did you meet this love of your life who carried you so excited with you on that day? How did you meet your husband?
Well, I knew him from way back in GSS.
Which school were you?
Engelbert School.
Oh, it's an Engelbert love. It started from Engelbert.
Well, technically, it did not start.
It did not start, but you met.
We met there. He was a year ahead of me.
Okay.
He came in as a new student at the GSS level. We're not friends then, but then along the line, when I was in Confanoche, I went for a church program and he happened to be there. So after the program, we met and he said, "Aren't you Penelope? You were in my JSS." And I said, "Yes, you are Ernest Adinku." So that's what started the contact, and then we started messaging. And after I finished medical school, he came home to visit me.
Okay.
So that's when he asked me out, and then we entered a courtship and got married after 3 years.
The parents loved him.
Oh, they did.
What did they love about him in particular?
My mom loved the way he loved God. Was very important to her. And then he was very helpful. My sister was getting married around the same time he visited me at home, and he offered to help us out with our errands. So he scored a lot of points there.
He would score lots of points with that one. Dr. Penny, what advice would you give to young people out there who are saying, I want to get into the medical field? In fact, I've seen that we have a female cardiothoracic surgeon. Some of the young ladies are saying, I want to become like her. What advice would you give to those who want to go into the medical field?
Well, I would greatly encourage them. It's a long journey, but I believe that they can make it with hard work and perseverance, and by the grace of God. I mean, there are times when they may feel discouraged or question themselves, am I going to be able to make it to the finish line? Can I do it? I want to let them know that they can. They should just work hard and persevere and trust in God.
And talking about making it to the finish line, when you had to go through the process exam, did you ever have this thought like, am I going to make it?
I did.
And what did you tell yourself in those moments?
That he who has brought me this far wasn't going to abandon me. He was not going to leave me at this point. He was going to take me across the line.
And he did.
He did.
That's wonderful. Dr. Penny, what do you like to do for fun? I know you have long hours at work. What do you like to do, just letting your head down and just being Penny? Not Dr. Penny, just being Penny.
Well, growing up, it was mainly novels and then choreography. But the textbooks took over. So if I have any free time now, I'd like to lie in bed and watch series.
What's been your favorite series you've watched this past few years or months?
The past few years. I've watched 24, I've watched Prison Break, The Good Wife, The Blacklist, and Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, doctors also watch Grey's Anatomy.
We do.
Who's been your favorite character in Grey's Anatomy?
It used to be Sandra Oh, until she left. She was a cardiothoracic surgeon.
It had to be her.
Yes, it had to be her.
It had to be her. Doctor, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years or 10 years, 15 years?
I see myself as one of the top cardiothoracic surgeons in the world. I see myself as a female advocate, a role model, going round encouraging females. So that's where I see myself, and then I see myself as a minister of the gospel.
A minister of the gospel. That's fantastic. And share with us your top 3 lessons you'd want to share with us, our listeners, our viewers who are all hearing and watching Ghana's first female cardiothoracic surgeon. What would be your top 3 lessons for us?
Well, I would say that I've learned that on life's journey, not everyone is meant to be with you on that journey. Not everyone will get to the end of your journey with you. People fall off. And when they fall off, though it may be painful, you have to let them go. For those who stay, you keep them close and you value them. So that's one such lesson. Then I've also learned to depend on God. He has been there for me. He's never let me down. So I'm grateful for His presence in my life. Thirdly, I've learned that achieving great feats do not come easy. It does not come on a silver platter. You have to work hard and you have to persevere. And so these are the lessons I've learned along the way.
Work hard and persevere. And I wanted to know, are there some people you look up to in the medical field? Are there some people you want to acknowledge at this time in your life?
So in surgery, general surgery, Dr. Antoine Bowen and Dr. Josephine Insafo, they saw me as their younger sister and they motivated me, they taught me. I'm grateful for them. Then in cardiothoracic surgery, I want to acknowledge my bosses, the director of the center, Dr. Lawrence Thwebo, Prof. Mark Tete, and Prof. Frank Edwin. There's also Dr. Innocent Ajamli. And in fact, all the consultants who taught me, advised me, encouraged me, I'm really grateful to them. And then I've had very good friends, to mention a few, Theodora Nyako, Della Fiau, Solomon Ukwani, and Daudo Osei. They've been very supportive. My husband, I want to say I love you. I'm so grateful to God for your life, for your presence in my life. You are the most amazing one in the whole world, and I love you.
Because, you know, not all women are blessed to have supportive husbands like you do. So we're glad that He's giving you room to be who you've become now, to be Ghana's first female cardiothoracic surgeon. So thanks to the men out there who support their women to be all and to be their all and to be their best and to be what God has called them to be. I want to say thank you to all of you for joining us on today's edition of She Inspires. It's been a wonderful edition with Ghana's first female cardiothoracic surgeon, Dr. Penelope Adinku. Thank you to our amazing sponsors, Hotel Kasarari for a set. Also, Sarah Band, thank you for this lovely dress. Ajele Jewelry, Duffy's Health and Beauty, and Eddie's Pizza. We're sure to bring another exciting edition of She Inspires next week. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And catch you next week. Bye-bye.